Aoife, how do you go about picking up the confidence after Saturday and getting straight back into it against France now this weekend?
So we always say, kind of on a personal level, I take 24 hours after the game to kind of feel sorry for yourself, and then after that it's just put in the back of the mind. We're obviously very lucky that we're together as a squad now, day in, day out. So when we were actually away from the squad on the Sunday, when we came home, I just wanted to get back into camp and be around the girls. That's your crutch, and that's who you sort of lean on. And straight away from that, the analysis was done, and Monday we were on to France and on to next week, and the past is in the past now with Wales, and we're just looking forward.
Between 15s and 7s, you've obviously been around the rugby circuit a good while.
Yeah.
Have you got better at kind of dealing with that down the years in terms of taking your 24 hours and parking it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to say it's a thing that comes with age. I'm obviously a senior member of the squad now. I've been around a long time, but it is something that you learn. You learn to deal with your emotions the longer you're in camp, but also it's the players and the coaching staff that you have around you that help you get through that. And whether it's 10 hours or 24 hours, you just have to move on and look towards the future.
Dorothy, we were just chatting to John there, and he was talking about the improvements you can make from the first half, where even though it seemed like there was a big size and power disparity, what is it that you can see that you can specifically zone in on this weekend and pick out?
Yeah, we actually had a very positive session this morning. We worked on our detail around the scrum and went at each other a good bit. Like, there were some tired bodies, but we really got into it this morning. Another thing would be our maul defence. So we were focusing on those two aspects massively this morning, and we'll be fairly turned into each other this week. So kind of aggression, contact, some stuff around set piece that we're all trying to nail down this week.
And just find out for me, this weekend France, home game in Cork, should be a decent crowd out of it as well. Do you think that can get an extra few percent out of you as well?
Oh, absolutely. You always go out to play your best, obviously, but like the two of us are from Munster, and like our whole family will be there. You don't have the commute, they're coming to your house per se, so it definitely is an added boost, and we're very much looking forward to the French game, and all guns blazing towards it for us.
Dorothy, I'll just ask you about France in particular. What do you expect from them?
Well, they're clinical, they're fit, they're strong, they're well versed, like you've seen at the match at the weekend. Studying their set piece there this morning, and we went out to our session with specifics on what we want to do this weekend. We know that they're a big force, but we're not the Fighting Irish for no reason, so we truly intend to bring that.
Great. And Aoife, just a similar question. On the home game, Musgrave Park, and having that occasion, is that something that helps you lift the spirits this week?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we have great memories in Musgrave Park. We've great memories last year from the Six Nations, and as Darrow mentioned, we're two Munster heads. We're coming off the back of Interpro win in Musgrave Park, so it does hold good memories for us. And just having the home crowd there, having our family there, we're relying a lot on the public support, and we know we do have a lot of supporters out there, and they're quite positive around our squad. So we're hoping just people come out in force and really get behind us this weekend.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Dorothy, the dominance of the Welsh pack in the first half was almost completely reversed in the second half. You were so much more impressive. What happened there? Was that a leadership meeting at half time? Was it a tactical thing? What was the key to reversing that?
I think it was a testament to our ability to problem solve, to look at what had happened, how we fix it. Like Sive McGrath, I know there was a lot of talk about her being 18 and however many kg, but she fixed that problem. She fixed that problem in the first half, and she really stood up to it. And you know, it was a big challenge for her, but I really thought she showed up when she had to. And then second half, you bring Christy Henney on, who's like an experienced scrummager. She locked it down. So I have nothing but good things to say about our front row in terms of how they reacted to what happened, and in terms of how Christy, Linda, Niamh O'Dowd added huge impact. Niamh Jones was there to steady the ship the whole time, how they spoke to each other, how they problem solved, and how we won like some of the scrum bits then in the end. So it was positive in that sense, because obviously we weren't happy with how it went at the start, but in terms of how we turned it around, it was positive.
And for some of the younger, less experienced players in the squad, how important is that second half for the rest of this competition that, okay, we were big out in the first half, but look what we did in that second half. How much confidence can you instill in those younger players from that experience?
Yeah, I think it's we write our own narrative, and in terms of how we showed up in the second half is testament to what is in this team and how we react and how we hold ourselves, and that's very much, in terms of what you saw in the second half, that is very much how we're going about things this week in the lead up to France. So we're a very close group, like we have each other's backs, there's no doubt about it, and in terms of that open conversation, the criticism, the taking feedback, that is on a whole other level this week for us, and very proud of us actually, you know, in terms of how we're going about this week.